Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we are here with a new chapter, that is capacitor. And today in this chapter we will discuss about spherical capacitor, the basic definition of capacitor, capacitance, and of course the energy stored in a capacitor. Okay, so only this 2 to 3 things we will discuss in the first video. Okay. So what is a capacitor? Capacitor is basically a device that stores electrical energy or electrical charge. So these two things are same. What would you say? It's just up to you. See, if you are having some charge stored in something and you need to exchange it, if you need to give it to other device, then in what form you will give it? Electrical energy. So electrical charge contain or electrical energy, whatever you are writing, that is perfectly up to you. This is same. So what is a capacitor? Capacitor basically a device which store electrical energy or charge. You will probably argue that this is the same thing that a battery does, right? With a positive and negative terminal. But capacitor is different from a normal battery, from a normal cell, because capacitor is used only when the requirement of the electric supply or the electric current is more. So approximately if you need 30 ampere or more than that, then you have to use capacitor. Only this much charge only can be held by capacitor, not by a battery. A battery can be hold mostly 5 ampere, not more than that. So 5 and 6 times we need. If you need that much quantity of electrical current, then you must have capacitor. Few facts about the capacitors. Okay, so first thing we will learn, that is, it is a passive electronic component. So what are the passive electronic components? What are the passive components of a circuit? So there are basically two components. One is passive electronic component, another one is active electronic component. Okay, passive electronic components are those who are holding a linear relationship with current or voltage. Like if I am talking about resistance, if I am talking about resistance or capacitance, so these are basically passive components, those who are holding a linear relationship. For resistance, we know that V equals to IR. So this is basically a linear relationship. So they are not increasing or reducing any current. Okay, but here also you can see, if we will learn this. Now this equation will also not increase or reduce any amount of current or voltage. Okay, so these relations are basically linear relations. So they are called passive electronic components. A diode, triode, transistors, these things do have some power or some non-linear relationship with current and voltage. That is why they can increase or amplify current or voltage. Okay, so these things are known as active electronic components. Capacitor is nothing but a passive electronic component with two terminals. Now for two terminals we will just show a picture. See here. So here you can see this is the commercially used capacitor, which is actually used in your laboratory in many electrical instrument. Here you can see two ends. One is smaller, another one is larger. The smaller one is treated as negative, whereas the larger one will be treated as the positive terminals. So there you can see two terminals passive component. So that is why it is called two terminal passive component. Okay. Next is the ability of holding charge. The ability of holding the charge is also known as capacitance. Just like the resistor resistance. What is resistance? This is the value of resistance, right? Just the relation between the capacitor and capacitance is similar to the relation between resistor and resistance. Okay, the same thing. If I am considering the resistance as the characteristics of, or the nature of, or maybe it tells about the capability of a resistor, then also capacitance will tell you the ability of the capacitor. Okay, then last point is where it is required. When the current need is very high, when current is very much needed at a very high value at once. So where the capacitor is basically used. In case of fan, so whenever you are starting a fan, it's actually draws so much of electrical energy from the power supply at a glance. So that is the last point is saying here. The current drawn by the circuit while it is starting, it's drawn so much of energy, so much of electrical charges. That is only basically the use of capacitor in fan. Similarly for motor, for camera flash, okay, and more. This is already we have discussed, right? And last is what is the symbol we will be using for capacitance. That is this type of symbol we will be using. In case of battery, we are using this type of symbol. One is smaller, another one is larger. But in case of capacitor, both ends are of same. These two things we will remember, and this is we already discussed about. Now, what is the formula we are going to use for capacitance? This is the value, this is the formula which is related to capacitance. Whenever you are being asked that what is the definition of capacitance, what will be your answer? The charge holding capacity. So, can't we just say C equals to Q? Why you are writing V? So, here you need to understand one fact. Suppose here is an object. Now, you need to charge it from some source. Now, suppose that source will lie at infinity. Not suppose, always we bring charge small dq, something like that. Always we bring this kind of charges from infinity, right? So, to bring some charge from infinity to some point, we will do some work, right? And this work per unit charge we always count as our potential, right? Now, see what is happening here. Suppose you need to bring some charge. Suppose it is positively charged completely and you need to bring a bit small charge dq from infinity. First charge you will take here. Cool. Next charge, next dq, when you are trying to keep, then it is having a positive charge. It is having a positive charge and it will repel it. Right? So the value of the work done will increase, because this time we need to do work against the repulsive force. Right? First time also we need to done some work, but at this time the work done is much more. Again, if I am trying to add another charge, then also the need will be more. So we can see here the work done is increasing. If the work done is increasing, then V will also increase, right? So in this way, we can say that the charge holding capacity is not only related to Q but also related to V. But C is completely independent of Q and V. If you are increasing 2Q, if you are increasing Q to 2Q, then V will also increase. You need to remember this. At the same ratio, it will increase. So, that suggests that C will remain constant quantity. Okay. So, let us look at the units. So, what is the charge store? What will be the unit here? C. Voltage V. Then you can say that the capacitance, unit of capacitance will become C by, that is Coulomb by V, volts, right? But instead of C by V, you can use, that is known as farad, okay? Farads or farad denoted by capital F. Next, that is the first derivation of this. Okay, one more thing, we don't have derivation for this thing because this is a defined quantity. We don't have any derivation for this. Okay, so first derivation is here. Capacitance for an isolated conducting sphere. So here you can see I have given charge by this negative sheet to the sphere, so it will become positive So it is positively charged now completely, right? Now we need to find out the capacitance for this. Let us think that capacitance of this is C. So C equals to Q by V is the general formula, just we have learned. Now what is the value of V for the sphere? Value of V, we can write V equals to KQ by R or KQ by A, the radius, whatever you are taking the radius, right? Now if you are taking the ratio, then what you are having, write it down because I am going to erase it. So now you are having C equals to Q by, instead of V I am writing this one. So Q will be cancelled out, right? So what I am having, A by K. What is the value of K? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. That is 4 pi epsilon naught. A will be the answer. For an isolated sphere of charge 1 unit and radius also 1 unit, what will be the value of the capacitance? So this is the basic question, and last question, that is in OR. This is the exact question asked in 2010, I guess 10 or 12. Okay, the same question is being asked. We know the value for capacitance of an isolated sphere, and that is C equals to 4 pi epsilon naught A, right? Now even if the value of charge is not given, then also you can give the value, that is 4 pi epsilon naught into 1, right? Because the radius is unity. So this is your value. Now look at the proof. Prove that for an isolated sphere of unit radius and charge Q, capacitance is this much. So of course charge Q is nowhere needed. So if you are placing 1 in place of A, you can get the answer, right? Okay. Now we are going to the last slide of the day, and that is most important slide because in the alternative year this is coming. That is known as energy stored in a capacitor. So first understand the concept, basic concept. Here you are having an object and you are willing to charge it, right? Okay. So first from infinity you are bringing dq charge to the object. Now it has become positive dq. In the next charge, now the next charge you are bringing. So in this case it will face some potential. How? Because it is now positively charged and now you are again coming with another positive dq, so it will face some electrostatic repulsion, right? So there will introduce some work done, and that work done will lead to electric potential. So what is my potential generated due to this bringing of charge dq? That is dw. So dw by dq is the potential we are creating in total process from bringing dq charge to a point, right? So now our equation become dw equals to v dq. Now this charge bringing process will continue for some time, right? So we need to do the integration to have the total value. So where we are starting from 0 to where we are ending, capital Q or small q, right? So we are bringing dq amount of charges to have a proper q amount of charge. So now what we need to replace the value of v here. So here you can see the value of v. Where I am getting from? So we have just learned that what is the value of capacitance. The value of capacitance is C equals to Q by V, right? So what is the value of V? Here we need to place. So V equals to Q by C, right? So here it is Q by C dQ. Now just we have learned that C is a constant. So it should be taken out of the integral. So what we are left with, that is integration 1 by c out of the integral q dq, right? So q dq, for q dq, what will be the value of integration? Power, what is the power? 1, 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1. Remember this one? Q dq, so what is the value? What is the power here? 1, so 1 plus 1, power plus 1 divided by whatever it is the power, new power, it will come in the denominator. Okay. So you are having here q square by 2. Now you need to place the limits 0 to q. So if you are that is after integration, you need to place the limits for definite integral, and first you need to place the first limit, that is the final limit, minus initial limit. So final limit is q. If I am placing q here, then what will be the value? It will remain same, q square by 2 minus, if I am placing 0 in place of q, then it will become 0. So after withdrawing the brackets and all, this will be your value for stored energy in the capacitor. This is very important board's point of view, because this will come in alternative years. Okay, you can check the papers. This is coming in alternative years. Okay, so last, now see this value. Here q and c is present. So you can replace first q with c and v with the help of this equation, and you can get a complete new value for the energy stored. Number 1. Number 2, you can replace c as well with c and q and v. Then you will get a complete value of u with q and v. 1 is given already, that is in place of q they are placing cv. It is already done. So take it as your assignment question, that if I am replacing c here from this equation, then we can get something, some form of u in v and q. What will be the exact value of u in terms of q and v? Okay, this is your assignment question. Again I am saying, what is the value of u in terms of q and v? This is your question of the day. Thank you for watching.